All right, you guys, it is June 18th. Welcome to the Wellness Grove monthly team meeting. I know a lot of you guys watch this on replay because you work, but I am Gretchen Sang. I'm one of the leaders of this team along with Jen Merzek, and she runs the meeting. So I'm going to hand it over to Jen.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see some of you. I miss our weekly meetings, but I think the spacing out is really good going into the summer months because life gets crazy. People are traveling, or you think you're stationary and then you're pulled in different directions with kids and prior obligations. So I think this cadence right now is really, really good. I did put
And
a
this is the beauty
PowerPoint
of this
together.
business. I'm going to interrupt on that because Danielle had
No,
asked
you're
me
good.
about
Yep.
like, hey, can you do this? Can you contribute to that? And I was like, oh my God, I am so sorry. It is so busy right now. I can't do anything extra. And she goes, no, no apologies. That's why this business is so great because you can ebb and flow and all of that. But I like to remain engaged to know what's going on, and these meetings help with that. So there you go.
1,000%. Yep. Okay. And I think that's the beauty of it, right? The ebbs and flows, but then you can also plug in when you have time and where you want to have time. Okay. So you can obviously see I have way too many tabs open and screens open. And
Same.
I'll get to the right part. Promise you. My computer's starting to slow. I'm like, okay, I don't need all these, but I'm keeping them. I
That's
don't know why,
literally
but
what
I'm
we
going
were
to keep
saying
them.
when I started this meeting is my computer is like coughing because it has so many things open right now.
So many. Okay, present. Let's just do present full screen. Why not? All right, there we go. Okay, so we're going to talk just quick June reminders, review the product releases just for the recording. Those of you that are on, I know you know what's coming up. I actually had a look for July because I forgot. So, if any of you guys are dealing with that perimenopausal brain and need to take a look at the reminders of the releases, we're going to brush upon those. We're going to talk quickly about Black Olive Star. Sorry, that shouldn't be a dollar sign there. It should just be 100,000 shares. Um, and NASDAQ, what that all means. Team training today is going to be on retention, and I actually feel like it's really good. And then, as always, just opening it up to Q&A. So let's move on. June is here and already halfway through. We're moving towards the end of the month. The third birthday celebration apparently ends tonight. I don't know if it's going to be extended. They have extended in the past. I kind of think that they're not going to extend it because Mom and Baby's getting ready to launch. I also have been wrong in the past. So listen to me, don't listen to me. Just know that the third birthday celebration is on par to end tonight, 11:59 Pacific time. We're currently it's 23% off. That stacks on top of our consultant discounts. So if you need to purchase anything, now's a great time. Plus, if you buy two products, you get either a free F59, F74, or I66, and you get to choose. It's not like they're just going to give you one of those. And just know that if you are acne prone, F74 is probably not the best cream to start with. Did I freeze? Or are you guys
I don't
good?
think so. We
No,
can
you're
hear you,
okay.
no problem.
Okay. So F74 is not the best one to start with. And even if you're not acne prone, I probably wouldn't recommend that as a starting point for hardly anybody. Maybe my 70 plus year old mom that needs some extra hydration, but I like to stack some other products otherwise, but I personally do still use the F74. It's just taken me some time to get to it, and I'll use it a couple times a week, and I still really love it. So, anyways, that is ending coming up soon. Remember to check in the team chat for examples for the reach outs. Check in with your dormant consultants, and we're going to talk about this a little bit in the retention. And then just follow up with them. Let them know that the sale stacks with their discount. They might not be aware of that, even if you're on your stories telling people that. Also inform them of upcoming product launches. They also might have no idea that the Mom and Baby is being launched. I've had great conversations about the sachets and Although ordering the sachets are a challenge, because we can't just go on the website and order them straight up. You do have to purchase the I-70 or the I-66, to unlock being able to purchase the sachets. Hopefully that changes, but as of right now, with the limited supply, that's how they're selling them. Mom and Baby, some highlights. It's all fragrance free. Olive Tree People, their Instagram shows a nice historical timeline of moms and babies using olive oil and olive leaf to nurture their skin and their health as they evolved, as society evolved. And so I think that's a really interesting avenue to go from like the history of that and why mom and babies may like this. I like mom and baby personally for like baby showers, new moms, reaching out to anybody in my age group are probably going to be grandmas. So now who's having new babies, grandbabies that maybe they're excited about the mom and baby. Um, travel sachets we already talked about. And then don't forget that there is daily trainings in the Facebook group, Refine. Hop on there live, don't hop on there live. Do what fits you best. But these trainings have been super valuable. I've been listening to a lot of the replays and taking some really, really good notes and some really interesting perspectives, but also some things that you kind of forget about. And then you're like, oh, I want to recommit to that. Like for me, I'm horrible about personal development, except for like when I'm listening to a podcast if I'm driving, but like daily personal development. So, I don't know. Ken always gets these coaching books. I have no idea if this is good or not. He said it was pretty good, but Brave, Not Perfect. So I'm going to read that because I feel like when it comes to social media and in this business, I always want it to be perfect versus not. So here's an example. We're walking down the street on Saturday and Ken's like, "Oh, have you been in this place to talk to them? Skin Studio. Have you been in to talk to them about Olive Tree People? Why aren't they selling Olive Tree People here? Oh, look, a functional wellness place. Have you been in here to talk to them? Nope, nope, nope. Well, why? Well, I don't know. It's been on my list. Well, why haven't you done it? So every single day, like maybe
Wow,
an
he's
hour
like your
after waking up. So have
accountability
you
partner.
done yet? Oh yeah. Have you been there yet? You said you wanted to. I'm like, oh my gosh, but it's allowing me to realize that I'm looking for like the perfect timing or the perfect script. And you know what? I should have just walked in there 2 years ago and said, hey, I have this amazing product and I just need to suck it up and do it. So just to let you know, I do think the Refine training series is super helpful. I dropped Kat Fairchild's Instagram roundtable Zoom that her and Mignon did. And it was really, really good about Instagram trial reels. And anybody that wants to grow on social media, I highly recommend going and take a look and a watch at that. And Kat's an open book. So if you guys have questions, drop a DM in her Instagram. If you're not getting a response, just have Gretchen or myself pop it in our leader chat and she'll respond to us. But she has some really great ideas when it comes to what to do and what not to do. Okay, product releases. We've had Is That Maddie? We have the travel sachets. We have the body wrap. I haven't personally used it yet. I'm not much of a sit and soak type person in a bathtub, but I am planning to use it just in a shower. We also have the mom and baby that's coming this month. Next month is the eye patches and the masks, which I'm most excited about. There's also supplements, brow mascara and the makeup brushes. I could do without the makeup brushes, whatever. But I really think the supplements, the eye mask and the paper mask is going to be huge. And I really think one way to get people talking about that is if you currently use those, start asking people like what brands they like. What do they like about these eye masks? Personally, I'm going to go on and start talking about how I'm looking for some eye masks, who uses them regularly, and try to get this interaction going so I can have a list of people that when it does launch, I can reach out to them and say, hey, I know you use X eye mat patches and you love them. we just launched ours. Would you like to try them? And then let me know your feedback or whatever, right? Most people will buy them regardless just because they're fun. So I do think that's an easy way to do it. I'm curious to see more information on the supplements once that does launch. I don't know what that looks like. We haven't been given more ingredients. I think it's going to be very basic, but like Gretchen had mentioned earlier, that those supplements are actually probably more powerful than, just maybe the IL-1 or maybe the gummies later. There's less ingredients that are needed in the supplements. And some people are just supplement people, right? Like personally, if it's in my 7 day pill packets for morning, lunch, and dinner. If I have it in there, I'm going to take it. And so sometimes that's a lot easier than having to go to your fridge, which I also think the travel sachets help remind people like, hey, okay, this doesn't need to be refrigerated. I could just go take this. And then August, we have our protein powder and a colostrum. For colostrum, start making those lists of everybody that's on either Cowboy Colostrum or Amara, because colostrum mixed with hydroxytyrosol, hands down, I believe will be probably one of our best sellers, especially in our wellness kind of grove space. And then obviously the gummies are coming. And then October is our Olive Tree Festival, which will also have some new product or brand, whichever. Those of you that are attending will get it for free. Super excited. It's supposed to change the face of skincare, and just the trajectory. So I'm looking forward to finding out what that is.
Jen, do you
Okay.
know, Jen,
Yep.
do you know what 3 products in the baby line are coming out first?
They didn't mention that.
And so when is it it's available to us soon, isn't it?
The pre-orders for people that got the early access, I believe is tomorrow morning. You'll receive an email that it's live for you to order. And then everybody else will be next week, I believe, or the
Okay.
week. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it'll be soon. So it'll be 3 products and then it'll continue to be 2 or 3 products until the full line's launched. Okay. Okay, so there was an initiative, or not an incentive, that was announced, and I think with everything else that was going on, it kind of got pushed under. And I plan to come on our team chat, and I just haven't yet, because I was waiting for some FAQs to come out and wanted to have some more actionable steps for you. But we'll discuss it just briefly here, but know that there's some works in the background to help you guys achieve this. So like I mentioned, they put the 100,000 shares back on the table. If you hit Black Olive Star for the first time, you can recruit a new individual who can come into the company and earn this. November does count. So start thinking about those individuals that might have been leaders at different companies that went to other companies. It's that 2, 3 year mark where people get restless and want to move on to other companies. So it might be worth revisiting old conversations for that. But if you are currently here on our team, in order to earn the 100,000 shares, you have to hit Silver Olive Star at least once before the end of September. And then hit Black Olive Star by the end of the year, which is achievable, especially if you're Violet, Silver, Gold Olive Stars, at least once in your lifetime. Those of you that participated back when we had it maybe a year and a half ago, a year ago, the 10X, you have the opportunity to double however many shares you have with the 10X program if you double your volume from 2025. So that's an exciting amount. And then those of you that are like, whew, okay, I don't have either any of those. I don't know if I'm going to be able to recruit a new person that's going to be able to run for BOS, but I'm going to put my head down and become a top recruiter. May, June, and July, the top 20 in recruiting with the minimum of at least 10 consultants recruited with a starter set. earns New York Fashion Week, but you also earn 100,000 shares. This is the easiest road to get 100,000 shares. And what all that means, you guys, on when we go to NASDAQ, Thomas announced that we're going to NASDAQ. Typically, like the standard to get onto NASDAQ, your shares are worth $4. And now, if we double volumes and reach our goals by the end of the year, he's projecting to be anywhere from $8 to $12 to $15 per share, which is absolutely incredible. And if you have shares in the company, and you're participating or running for Black Olive Stars, that's pretty significant. Now I don't know anything about stocks and shares, and all of this truly is super confusing for me. All I know is that we got to focus on driving our business volume up, which is what we're focused on every day anyways, because we're all trying to earn an income off of this, right? And so I do think not much is changing, but lots is changing, right? Like I told Gretchen, I'm not doing much differently than what I do every single day. But now when I'm traveling for July, I'm going to bring some products with me. So when I go through certain towns, I can have one-on-ones, I can have glow workshops as I'm traveling versus not, right? So there's some things that you just might need to put into action. All right. Also, just for the recording and for those of you on, I would not sleep and just be like, well, I'm not a big influencer. I'm not going to be a top recruiter. We're going to have probably about 10 of those, right? 10 people that have recruited over 20 people already just because of being an influencer with a large following on social media. But you might be the next 10 with only having 10 consultants, with only having 11 or 12 consultants. So don't stop yourself short. And that's in all 3 months. So it's not 30 consultants, it's 10 for all 3 months. Okay. So now retention. Why does retention matter? Okay. So growth isn't only about recruiting, it's a compounding effect. So if every month you lose 10 customers and 2 consultants per month, you're constantly rebuilding and trying to replace those customers and consultants. But if you're reducing the amount that you lose and you add an additional customer to 3 customers and 1 consultant, then that compounding effect and what you end up with is magnified, right? It's a lot easier to move forward with. So let's talk about retention, why we need to have a discussion about retention and what it looks like. Okay. People don't leave products. Obviously, if they have a reaction, they're leaving, but typically it's because of relationships or a lack of a relationship. Okay. Customers often don't quit because the product failed. They quit because they forgot. They didn't reorder, right? They didn't know what to try next. They weren't guided on how to use the products, and nobody followed up. So I just assumed that my cousin would reach out to me on how to use the products if she had any questions. She went through, you guys, I'm not even joking, a cleanser, F59 serum, moisturizer in 1 month. All the bottles gone. I'm like, are you like using the cleanser as a bath gel? Like, how are you know, but she was using it like it had water in it. What's that?
No, my son's
Oh, okay. You're good. So, retention for consultants. Consultants often don't quit because they hate the opportunity, especially here at Olive Tree people, you guys. Our products are incredible. Our comp plan is one of the best around. But consultants are leaving because they felt alone. They got overwhelmed. They didn't know what to do next. Nobody checked in on them. And this one is huge. And this one is one that I'm going to pound in over the next couple days, weeks, and months. Make sure you're checking in on your dormant consultants. Life and circumstances change. They may be affiliated with another company and they might have just lost the the love for that company. Or maybe, you know what, their business is at a good spot with another company and they want to add something else in. Maybe they're in the middle of a divorce and they need a second income, right? There's a lot of circumstances that can change. So make sure you're checking in on your people, but find a cadence that works for you. Okay, so 5 touch point rule. So top performers don't just reach out when they want something, right? Like, hey, it's a sale, come by. Um, you want to create the touch points that have nothing to do with selling, right? How's your summer going? How did your daughter's graduation go? Did your family make its annual trip to Disney? And then more specifically, as conversations moving on, how's your skin doing now that you've been using F59? How are you feeling since adding I-70? Are you noticing a difference? How much of it are you taking, right? We have a lot of people. Our number one seller for our team is I-01, which I absolutely love because that means everybody's getting that internal health. But we have some people that don't reorder that. And to me, that's because they don't understand the value of it or they weren't taking enough. So a lot of times they'll take just one dropper full, which is a half a dropper. Well, you actually need two half a droppers for the one dropper full. And you really need two dropper fulls for the standard dosage. So that's really 4 dropper fulls. So guiding people through that will help them stay more engaged and more involved on buying and repurchasing and potentially selling if they're an old consultant. Okay, so some customer retention strategies. We've talked about this before, right? You want a 30-day check-in, you want a 60-day check-in, you want a 90-day check-in. If somebody goes and buys products and gets a full regimen, they're probably needing in 30 or 60 days, if they didn't purchase, because a lot of times the first purchase never involves exfoliation step and sometimes doesn't involve the internals. You want to make sure within 30 to 60 days, they have an exfoliation step and they have the internals going for them. Then at 90 days, do they need to try something new? Are they wanting to mess around with different products? Are they needing to move from a summer skincare to winter or fall skincare? Do they need a refill plan? What does Olive Rose look like? Is there another product that they need or brand that they can try? I believe, looking at our numbers, we're really good for 3 orders minimum, 2 for sure. 3 is about average. 5 is the customers that probably potentially become consultants because they love everything. But past that point, are we getting those people that should be reordering, but maybe there's a year lapse since their last order, but they took advantage of a sale and they're stocked up. Okay, so but what are they missing? They're probably not taking any body like shower gels. They're not using the hair products. They're not doing the oil pulling. Like some of these quick turnover products might be something that I would recommend to them so that they can consistently have some repurchase. Obviously the internals, right? Who are your people 6 months ago that maybe bought a 3 month supply of the internals and didn't repurchase? Why didn't they repurpose? Did they not feel anything or was it a price point? Because if it's a price point, then every sale we have, they should be repurchasing those internals. So we just got to think past those 90-day check-ins. How can we retain those customers? Okay. So the highest performing skincare professionals don't sell products, they become skincare coaches. I really loved this saying when I saw it. And the thought of becoming a skincare coach, right? Like, need anything? That's just so general and that's gonna feel very transactional. So instead of that, hey, how is your skin responding? Or even more, I noticed that your last order included F59. That's one that you haven't used before. How is your skin responding to it? right? And then you're going to end up getting a lot more communication back than just need anything. Well, if they had a bad experience with the F59, they're not going to need anything, right? But let's see, maybe they're using too much of the F59. Maybe it's making them red. Maybe it's making them break out. Maybe they just need to use the F59 on their forehead and something gentler on the rest of their skin, right? Instead of is there a sale? Try, I was thinking about you because you mentioned dryness around your eyes. Start that conversation and then help them with saving money by utilizing the sale. Okay, so move from the transactional to the personal. Whew, almost there, I promise you guys. Okay, consultant retention. I need all of you and those that are listening to the replay as well. And if any of you don't know how to go in the back office and find these things, I need you to reach out to me and I can help you find them. But I need you to find out on your team who's in renewal pending, consultant paused, who's inactive, not ordering, not posting, and not showing up. These are not lost consultants, but they're conversations that we need to be having with them, right? Life changes. They might think they're active, but they're sitting as renewal pending or on a consultant pause. And we haven't talked about this because this happened in between us moving our meetings further apart, but there's something called consultant pause that happens on the 11th of every month. People that have been in renewal pending for a certain amount of time now switches to consultant pause. And after 20 days, they downgrade into a customer and not a consultant. Their link's still active. So people can still purchase through them, but they're not getting paid on that. And if I was a consultant that didn't know this change was happening, I would be upset if I was just kind of here, but people were still purchasing off my link, even though I wasn't technically active. So we need to be having these conversations, right? And if they're not showing up, why aren't they showing up? What's happened? Are they scared to make that first step? Are they scared to make that first post? Not ordering. Have the tough conversations, and this goes with customers too. Have they switched their skincare brands? Some people are brand loyal. I am totally brand loyal. I will not use anything except for Olive Tree people. Or it has to be waterless if I'm switching over to something else because I'm like, it just makes sense to me. But some people love to try different things, which is amazing. Some people will go and try Asian skincare because it was all the fad. But unless you're having those conversations, they might be scared to come back to you and they might be scared to have that open conversation. Ask them, well, what did you like about this? What didn't you like about Olive Tree people? Okay, well, maybe they wanted a retinol. They didn't realize we had 3 retinols, right? So open those conversations. Okay, so questions to ask re-engaging consultants. I noticed you haven't been active lately. How are things going? That one's okay. I mean, you could really drop in and just be that assertive. I usually like to maybe talk to them about life first, right? Let's feel out what else they have going on. We have several consultants that are in middle of big life changes, moves, divorces, marriages, children. There's a lot, right? Okay, listen to the possible responses. Life got busy, family challenges, financial concerns. Tried another company, didn't see results, didn't know what to do. Don't assume, ask, have the hard conversations. Remember, they signed up under you, even if it was just for a discount, they signed up under you for a reason. So offer them that conversation. Okay, so reactivation framework, reconnect personally, identify the obstacles, provide a simple next step. Maybe it's as simple as let's rebuild your business. Let's go. I can help you. Where do you want to start? What seems manageable? I chatted with a consultant 2 weeks ago. She is wanting to transition out of seeing one-on-one clients like Gretchen and I did and be working these businesses more. Great. What seems manageable to her is not having a glow workshop. It's doing Boro boxes. Awesome. Let's do that. Okay. Okay. You have a gold mine in your back office. Before we're finding 10 new people ask yourself, have you contacted every renewal pending consultant? Have I contacted every consultant on consultant pause? Have you contacted customers who haven't ordered in 90 plus days? Have I checked on customers who ordered once? Okay, your next rank advancement may already exist in the back office. So let's just take a deep breath and reconnect with all of them. Okay, the next 7 days, I challenge every single one of you that's listening to this replay or on here live, contact 10 former customers, 10 customers who haven't ordered recently, 5 inactive consultants, and 5 renewal pending consultants. Not pitching them, just reconnecting. Okay, and here's the thing, you guys, if you only have 2 customers, but you haven't been in contact with them, then reach out and chat with them. Whew, all right. Final thought. People want to be remembered. They want to be seen. They want to know they matter beyond their order volume. This one's huge, okay? They don't want to feel like you're always just reaching out because it's a sale, okay? Unless that's how your relationship is and they say, just contact me if there's a sale, okay? Retention isn't a sales strategy, it's a relationship strategy. And a relationship builds an organization that lasts. All right. All done, ladies. That was a lot. Everybody's muted.
There we go. I didn't want you to hear because my daughter and I were chatting, and then I was like, oh, mute. No, that was great. That was great. One thing I wanted to point out too is that I don't reach out to everyone. It's hard to reach out to everyone during a sale, but I do have regular intervals of people that I'll reach out to. And 2 days ago, I want to say I reached out to like 10 people and I saw several orders come through. And every time I do that, I'm like, why didn't I do that? And one of them I took a screenshot of because she wrote, thanks so much for letting me know, but I'm good. I have plenty of products. I was like, good, great. And she goes, I'm still loving them. I said, I'm so happy to hear that. And then she messaged me again the next day and said, actually, I checked out the sale and just placed an order. I'm excited to try the new microbiome mouth. It's not new, but new to her. And I looked in my email and I was like, she placed 2 orders.
Nice. Getting 2 free
So,
products. Yeah.
oh, and then you guys, someone placed an order yesterday for like 9 products. And I was like, you're killing me right now with, I mean, you'll come back more frequently to order, but your one freebie, like you could have gotten four full size freebies.
I know I saw an order come through like that too, and I was like,
So when I voice memo someone, I'm going to just off the cuff this right here, just to let you know what I would say. I will takes just 5 seconds to see what our last message was about and do what Jen said and say, sometimes it's, oh my gosh, did you finally make it out to Idaho to visit? How was it? I, just wanted to follow up and see about that. But I also wanted to make sure you knew about the fact that we have a sale that is ending tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. It's 23% off all single items on the website. And when you order 2 items or more, you are given the option between choosing a full-size product between the following 3, and I'll list the 3. And then at the end, I say, I just don't recommend F74 if you are acne prone. There are plenty of other options. Some people do great with it, but why risk it? And I'll leave it at that. And then I will post my link to the web page that I've created for the sale. That's all I do. Even if they're a consultant on my team, I post my link to keep it easy for them because we all know many of them are just trying to order for a discount. So
Yep. Which is totally fine. And I hope that at the end of that presentation, a lot of you guys just understand with the retention thing, even if you're here just for the discount, we want to make sure that you're still active and able to use your discount. Gretchen and I spent some time last month going through, and there's several of you that are ordering without the discount, but are thinking you're a consultant. And so make sure that your consultant discount is active. Maybe Gretchen, when we send out the recording of this, we can add in how to reactivate your account. Because I did have somebody actually reach out this morning about that because she wants to take advantage of the sale and she's been in renewal pending for probably about a year and a half now. And so I do think checking in with those, and it made me
I
think.
think I feel like I created a page for that. I know
Did.
I created,
You did. I'll give it to you because
okay, I think it's in boards probably under like customer service or something like that.
renewal pending or renewal under, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. What else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else that, oh, and the cool thing is once you renew now, your card will be in there and it will auto renew after that. But we all started, many of us started so early with this company that if, within last year, it's just, it hasn't gone auto for everybody.
Yeah.
So I will try to do that and then also and how to log in. Because many people haven't logged into the new back office, even shockingly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, well,
All right.
all
Well, that's
great stuff. Anybody have any questions or anything?
any questions.
No. Okay. All right. Have
Bye,
a good
everybody.
rest of your
Nice
week,
seeing you all.
everyone. Bye.